everyone, and welcome to Chemistry and Society. I hope you all enjoy this course. I will be your instructor. I'm Dr. Khan, and we will get to know each other throughout this semester. You will hopefully enjoy the course. We're going to talk about many relevant topics to current issues today, such as GMOs, global warming, air pollution, water, many topics. So I hope you enjoy. So before we get started into the course, I want to give you a tour of where everything's at and how to access things so that you can be successful in this class. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here we are at the home page for our course. You can see on the top all the recent announcements. So the top 3 announcements will be up here. And you will also find anything that's coming up that's due. You can click on the calendar on the far right corner here to access more due dates. So on our home page you can see our banner, our home banner. Let me just scroll down, and if you scroll down you'll see a Start Here button, which I'm assuming all of you figured out since you're watching this video, so great job. You can also access the course syllabus. You can click on the link here to learn more about me, and I'll show you that in a minute. There is also a link to our group project, and the which will open up later on when that project becomes available. I think that's like what week? I think week 6 or 7. You have the first group project due. And then our course is divided into weeks. And so there's 16 weeks in a semester. That's for all of your courses here. And what you'll find is that every week, so it's split up as week 1, sustainability, week 3 is air we breathe, week 5 and 4 are both for ozone layer. So my recommendation is just on your calendar, label week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One thing you should know right off the bat is that in our online course, Tuesday is the last day of our week, and Wednesday is always the first day of our week. So it's Wednesday through Tuesday, okay? That means you can contact me before the weekend, right? If everything was due on Monday, that means Sunday you would be, doing all your work. Okay. So let me just quickly show you. If you click on About Me, it opens you up into another web page, and you can see here that it has a video about me, my story, other classes I teach, sustainability projects I work on at CSUCI, my CV. So you can go ahead and click around here and learn a lot about me, and so you kind of know who your instructor is. In terms of our syllabus, if you click on our syllabus, that will also open up in a second. Okay, you can see here information about how to contact me. So definitely understand my communication policy, my office hours, my preferred communication methods, which actually, if you go back here, I'll show you really quick, is actually from this inbox button right here on Canvas. I prefer you communicate with me through this button here. Okay. The other information is about the Zoom meetings. So we can meet on Zoom, which is basically like a Skype, where it's a video or conference recording. So if you don't have video on your computer, we can always talk on the phone through Zoom as well. So we also have the chat feature here, which is like a chat room. Okay, if you click on this link here for the video, you can watch more information about the course, just a little blurb about the course. So here's a course description. This is a 3-unit course. Okay. Make sure you understand what our description is for this course. You're going to have to go in and read this on your own. There is a syllabus quiz later, so make sure you go through this and then take the syllabus quiz. Okay. You can always take the online student readiness quiz to make sure you're ready to take an online course. For required technology, you will need to purchase Connect from McGraw-Hill. It's about $95. There will be links for you to do that on the website. Okay, we'll also use VoiceThread, which is free. And you will need to obviously have access to a computer and the internet. Okay, there's many different technical support for you, so you can go ahead and read through these. Online etiquette, I expect everyone to be responsible and respectful, so please go ahead and read through the online etiquette of what I'm expecting out of you guys. Okay, so for the course outcomes, okay, by the end of this course you'll have outlined the development of the field of chemistry from a historical perspective and describe chemistry's impact on society. Conduct planned investigations using the scientific method to reach reasoned conclusion. Evaluate the relationship between the structures and function of molecules and their properties illustrated by specific topics such as the environment, medicine, and/or technology. And critically assess topics in news articles in which chemistry plays an important role and will practice critical examination of the information. Okay, so your expectations, make sure you read through this. I'm not going to read everything here, but understand again that this is each learning unit, I'm going to highlight it, each learning unit is 7 days and begins on a Wednesday and ends on the following Tuesday. Make sure you review the due dates. Alright, expect about 10 hours per week to spend on this class. And importantly, most of your quizzes and homework are due on Tuesdays. Okay, I will not accept late voice threads or late group project assignments. Okay, homework, they'll be reduced 50% per day. Okay, cheating and plagiarism, not acceptable. Okay, let me know if you need any accommodations. Make sure you know the add and withdrawal policy for the university. The grading, the breakup is for homework 36%, group projects 18%, voice threads 12%, and quizzes 36%. Okay, so for student success, just make sure you log on every week, check what's going on, and do all your homework. Below is a weekly schedule that's expected, our weekly schedule. So go ahead and read this on your own time. I obviously did not read every single detail. I just went over the most important aspects. You will need to take a syllabus quiz after you read through that. You can access the syllabus from our homepage, but you can also access it through the navigation bar here. Alright, so let's get moving forward. So you can access the weeks from either clicking on the links here on the home page, these little link buttons. Alright, so it'll open you up and you can go ahead into the module for that specific one. And so this is week 1. And you can start moving forward. You can go onto module overview. It'll give you a overview of the course. Of the week, I'm sorry, an overview of what to expect the week. You can go ahead and click on the next buttons down below to go over all the other materials. Alright, you can also access the course modules from the button on the navigation panel on the left hand side. So I'll go ahead and click on modules. You can see the getting started. You can open it or minimize it. But if you open it up, you can see here is the start here, meet your instructor, course tours, what you're doing right now. Alright, so that's another way to access it. And here is the group project. We'll be doing this later on in October. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. Here is week 1. Alright, notice up here it says complete all items. There's actually a check mark to show that if you've watched or went through all the pages. It doesn't actually show if you completed the assignment. It just says, oh, you've looked at this page, you've looked at that page, you've looked at that page. So when you actually go in to complete an assignment, let me just click on one. For example, here's a submission link. You can take the quiz. Another place that you can see your assignments is actually through the assignment link here on the left-hand side. The assignment link actually is arranged either by due date, right? So here's date. So if you look at the due dates, it's September 5th, October 28th, October 28th, September 28th. So it's in order of due dates. Or you can do type. Let me click on type, and that will show you in terms of assignments, quizzes, VoiceThread, and group assignment. And if you look at that, that's actually the percentage of our class, how we're weighted our scores in the class. So 35% assignments, 35% quizzes, 12% VoiceThread, and 18% of your total. Okay, so keep in mind there's two ways again you can access your modules. It's either under modules or home, or you can access, and there's two ways you can access your assignments, either through the assignment link or actually in the module itself. Let me go ahead and click on the, you can also access announcements through an announcement link here. You can access the syllabus under this link on the navigation menu, but also notice here that it shows you a course summary of things that are due coming up, right, all the way up till the end of the semester. Also, it has a calendar to show you due dates, and it shows you how the assignments are weighted. You can also click on this link for the syllabus. You can also, let's see here, you can access your grades from this navigation menu. We will do one discussion assignment towards the end of the semester. Don't worry, there's lots of instructions under that assignment, but this is a link for that much later on. People, in October we will have that group assignment. So if you click on the people here, it will open you up and it'll actually show you everyone in the course. And if you click on the right side, it'll show you the groups. And again, we'll get instructions later on how to register for the groups. Oh, looks like there's already some students registered for some of the projects. But anyway, so here are the projects available. But you know, this will be later on. You can register. Okay. So that is everything I can think of in terms of how to access our course, the syllabus, and just make sure you finish up this module before you get started on week 1. You still need to start week 1 this week since it is the first week. But I hope that's useful, and I look forward to getting to know all of you this semester. We have a fun VoiceThread assignment coming up soon, so I can get to know all of you. Alright, I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye.